guys, and welcome to our Math O-Level series. In this video we're going to be learning about variation. So by the end of this video you should be able to differentiate between direct variation, inverse variation, as well as joint variation. So what is direct variation? So for example, if one pen costs 2 kwacha, 2 pens will cost 4 kwacha, right? 3 pens will cost 6 kwacha, and going on, you notice that as one quantity increases, the other quantity increases as well. So that is what direct variation is. And if we're comparing y quantities to x quantities, we say y varies directly as x, and we use this symbol to represent that. This symbol here, and this simply is read as directly as. So if y and x are varying directly to each other, if y increases, x also increases, then we write it as an equation in this form here, where k is a constant. Right, so here is a typical exam question on direct variation. Given that y varies directly as x and y equals 8 when x is 6, find the constant and find y when x is equal to 6 and find x when y is equal to 24. So the first thing you need to do is to write this statement here in a direct form representation. So they're saying y varies directly as x. So whenever we're going to need to introduce an equal sign, and whenever you introduce an equal sign, you're going to need to include k as well. Okay, so y varies directly as x, and we need to include an equal sign and as well as a constant. So to find our constant, we simply substitute y with 8 and x with 6. So y is 8 and k is 6. And so to find k, we simply divide both sides of the equation with 6. Therefore, k equals 8 over 6. You could reduce that if you want. 2 in 8 is 4, and 2 in 6 is 3. So this here is our final answer. That is the constant. Right, so the B part says find y when x is equal to 6. So the equation that you're going to be using to find y and x, and on the B and C part, is this here. Y equals 4 over 3x. So this is the equation that you're going to be using to find other parts of the question, because it's the one that connects y and x, and our constant is a numerical value here, right there. So y is, find y when x is equal to 6. Well, y equals 4 over 3, our constant, and x is 6. So y equals 4 times 6 there, it's 24 over 3, and y equals 8. Right, so that is how you go about it. What is x when y is 24? We're going to go back to this equation here, the one with the constant in it. So y is 24, we have 4 over 3, x here, so 24 equals 4 times x, that is simply 4x over 3. So in this case we have fractions, we're going to need to cross multiply. 4x times 1, 4x times 1, that is 4x, and 24 by 3 is 72. Dividing both sides with 4, we have x equals 4 and 7, we're going to have 1, remember 3, 4 and 32, that is 8, so x equals 18. So that is pretty much it on equations related to direct relations between two variables. You'll be asked, you're going to be required to write this statement here, whatever statement you're given in the question, in this form here. Introduce a constant, and then when you solve for k, you're going to have to use that to find your y and your x's or other variables.